Greetings. I'll be forgetting Instagram does this. Balloons, y'all, balloons. How's everybody doing? So the topic is what you see. Dating is hard because 99% of men don't realize that they have a princess mentality. True or false, agree or disagree. It is completely up to you. Everybody, got their own opinion, and we respect that. We respect that everybody has their own opinion. But this is the topic at hand. I'm about to bring my friend Jay in here. We're going to have a conversation. It's actually one that he brought to the table. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Let's bring him on in here, and so we can have this conversation.
What's up? Let me get some light
How
in
you
here.
doing?
I'm good.
How's you?
What's going on?
What's going on is that I'm pumped up from the gym. And I am looking at your fine ass, and we're gonna have this conversation because you said you had a topic, you sent me the topic, I pinned the topic. Now let's talk about the topic.
Yeah,
Tell me what you think about
came up. It's come up a lot lately. I've been seeing it, and so even at work today, a young lady was kind of talking about how she was talking to a guy, and he said on the date until they actually become in a relationship, all he's gonna pay for is drinks. Like they can't have a actual date because he not her man like that. I'm just like, damn, like that's that's what we giving.
Is they fucking?
It's like them getting to know each other,
Okay, so he wants
and
to
that
go
was
on a date, and he feels like he's not gonna pay for morsels for her to consume, but he will pay for some droplets in a glass.
yeah, just drinks.
You gotta pay for more than droplets in a glass. If you trying to get that ass, I don't think she gonna give it up. And if she do, she about dumb. She about as dumb as them girls that fuck for blunts.
But but I still have a problem with the girls who have a problem with you know Cheesecake Factory as a date option. Like, to me, you're supposed to be okay if it's free and you hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not really supposed to be about where you go and all that shit. It's supposed to be, about the time together. Effort is important, but I mean, all that extra stuff comes later, right? Like, or are you the type like we can't go to Cheesecake Factory?
It's a double-edged sword here because a part of me feels like no, don't take me there, but the other part of me is like, yeah, take me there. This is where communication comes into play. If this is a first date, then I would say if you're not going to have the conversation about where you'd like to go, and this is going to be a surprise to somebody, then you'd want to find something unique, a nice little place. It don't have to be, Le Bonjour, where you're going to eat like fried snails and whale tail, but it may be a nice little bistro somewhere, off the cut down by the harbor, down by the water somewhere. And you may not have heard of this place, or if you have, you know that it's a nice place. On a first date, first impression, unless we've had this discussion, and I told you I like breakfast, you could take me to Cracker Barrel and I'd be satisfied. If we didn't have that conversation, then yes, take me to a nice little unique place and give me an experience. Don't take me to the hibachi grill unless we talk about it.
And even at that unique place, so that we can have an experience, should be based off of previous conversation. Like, I don't need to go to La Blah 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 Blah, or even someplace off in the cut, because what if that's not even my stilo? Like, what if I'm a 4 for 4 nigga and I just feel like that's it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the extra shit does not impress me. But if you do it and that's what you want to do, okay. But you know what I'm saying?
That's why.
Just because you
That's why I
go
said
ahead.
communication comes into play. If let's say it
Absolutely.
was me and you, right? And we didn't know each other. Let's say we just met, over a friend's house last night playing cards. And today I'm like, hey, you got some time? You want to hang out? Sure. Yeah, I'd love to hang out with you. Okay, cool. Have you been to Bistro? And you can either say yes or no. okay, I would like to take you there. You can let me know. Look, I'm gonna send you over the menu. Can you find something you like on there? Is that pleasing to you? No? Okay, we can
Right.
find somewhere else. But if you tell me in that moment, baby, you can take me to Golden Corral, we just might end up at the Golden Corral.
I mean, it does allow you to adjust your bar that you're trying to set.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to them and be like, okay, yeah, damn, he's a Denny's nigga, but you know, I'm gonna take him to, you know, something different. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
we can't judge him for being a Denny's nigga to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, but that also leads into the princess comment that we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get this
Mm-hmm.
angle right.
I just want to call out Tev underscore 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 underscore. He got a lot of underscores. He says I can go to Applebee's because those quesadillas and that sweet Asian chili wings, and I can go to Applebee's too because their salmon, they damn salmon, and you gotta order it with the mushrooms and the peppers and the onions on top. That salmon be hitting. Notice I said salmon, so can't take me everywhere for salmon, but a few places I go
Salmon
for salmon. Yeah. It sounds like you gotta take me to the La Bistro.
or some
You say
tilapia.
salmon, tilapia. Mm-mm.
So dating
But
is
yeah,
hard
I think.
because
Go ahead.
99% of the men don't realize that they have a princess mentality. What do you think about that whole like topic? Like, do you think that's a yes or a no?
When you say princess mentality, it sounds like I'm the prize, and I'm big on saying that I am the prize, you are the prize, we are the prize because of who we are. But if you're moving arrogantly in the sense that you are the prize and that you're supposed to be catered to, and it's one-sided, then you're batshit crazy. A relationship, courtship, all of that is mutual. And so if you're going into a situation, the only time I need you to be a princess is a pillow princess. That's it. Keep your hands inside the ride. I don't need you doing everything. I don't need you trying to throw it back. I don't need you to try to push me down and get on. I don't need you doing, babe, open up and get ready. And so that's the princess I need. Maybe Princess Peach if you want to play Nintendo. But if you think you're going to be princess and I'm just going to fall to my knees to cater to you, again, batshit crazy, it's a mutual thing. I want to be catered to. You want to be catered to. I want to be spoiled. You want to be spoiled. We should mutually do this to each other. Being a first date with somebody, if you think I'm going to pull out all the stops and roll out a red carpet for you, it's not going to happen.
But there may be somebody that you meet that does make you want to do that, and you can't be judged for that. I feel like each date is based off of the person that you're like with. You know, they have like an effort type situation. Um, Being the princess or the prize, yeah, everybody feels like they have worked on themselves so much that they are a complete catch. You know what I'm saying? If everybody to catch, now everybody looking at each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, he got to speak to me. Why can't you speak to them? Like you have to think about, like, we're dudes at the end of the day. So like we supposed to be out hunting and, you know what I'm saying, speaking to whoever we want to speak to, or you know what I'm saying, just being able to be open. But now it's all about like the whole like rejection and hierarchy. Ooh, I can't talk to this nigga because I'm gonna look this type of way. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's too many rules now. Like, and the princess mentality is based off of like, yeah, I put myself in this glass box that you can just look
Mm-hmm.
at me. Like that shit's wild.
That don't go too far with me. I think back in the day, it would have gone a little bit. It would have gone a few blocks. Now we're not getting off the porch with that because that whole arrogance, I'm seeing through your bullshit now because my lens have changed. My focus has changed. And so if I were to encounter somebody who was very one-sided, because that's what I get when I read princess mentality is one-sided,
Yeah.
um, there's nothing much that we can do except for bust it down. Because I'm not going to waste my time, my conversation, or my emotions trying to invest into a deposit only account. It's not going to happen.
And
So
That's
if you
warranted.
find somebody, hmm,
I mean, I feel like another thing is the fact that people don't really take the time to figure out, like, you know your love, like you said, one is this quality time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't take the time to teach somebody how you want to be loved,
yeah,
and they are doing all the gifts and all the extra shit that is on the opposite spectrum of what you even need to feel
yeah,
love, then that's also another conversation. You know what I'm
hmm,
saying? Like, people just think that what they do, what they bring to the table right off the bat is perfect. But you may be perfect on paper, but it has nothing to do with like how it works for that
hmm,
particular person. And if you're
yeah,
not willing to put in that work for that person,
yeah.
then yeah,
And
all y'all
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
do is be fine.
I'm not gonna downplay that there are some dynamics that will work just fine where somebody is the princess in the situation. And that's just how it works. We see it all the time. We see women who wear the pants in a relationship. You see men who really assert themselves in relationships, and whether it's gay or hetero, we see these same dynamics. And so there's somebody for everybody. And if somebody wants to be the princess and somebody wants to come and be king or queen or whatever to the princess and whatever, kudos to you. I love that. I love that for you because that's your person. But it just don't fly over here. Hell yeah. Who don't like to be spoiled? Well, I ask you to do anything for me? No.
I
But
feel
if you
like it
want to
has to
do
be an
something for me,
organic situation.
maybe.
Like, you have
Hmm.
to naturally, I feel like you have to naturally kind of go into those roles. It can't be like
Yeah.
from day one. Like, nobody is like born a princess. Like, it's you. Listen, it's not
Yeah.
given. I feel like people need to just humble themselves. That's the problem. But men specifically now have gotten into their princess era. I feel like the amount of enhancements that we are now able to do that level on the same thing as the women, like, men is
It's
bad bitches too.
but and here's the thing that really gets me. It's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little slack if you a bad bitch, bad nigga, and you command a certain, energy, you have an aura, a prestige, an aesthetic that somebody is like, damn, all hell. I get that. But a lot of times, even like when we reference the Cheesecake Factory, the girl that was complaining about the Cheesecake Factory, first of all, the
hmm
audacity to put this man on blast. Like, this is the shit that make guys snap and slap the shit out of you. But
Yeah.
the have the audacity to say, yo, he's taking me to the Cheesecake Factory. Look at me. Do I look like I should be taken to the Cheesecake Factory?
That
First of
was the
all, you look
part. The
like
look at me part.
you was about to stop at the wing shop. You was dressed like you was about to go to Wild Buffalo Wings.
You look like a strong papa though.
A strong papa dough. Don't you can't spaghetti string tank top, bright lipstick, really no makeup, just lipstick and some pullback hair. Girl, what do you mean? Do you look like the answer is yes? Survey says. Survey says Papa though. Survey says Popeyes. So let's stop acting
On
like
a
this
Tuesday.
man on a Tuesday. You weren't dressed to the point where it was like this is really offensive. Like, look at me. I got on, I don't know, Chanel. Or I got on my favorite Zara exclusive top. Girl, you had on an H&M basic.
Was it? Because it was
You look like
given a
you
Timu
was
special.
on your way to LA Fitness.
And the bad thing about it is the confidence be so real. Like, I swear lately, Audacity has been on sale. So
They
they're giving
selling
them
that
out two for
shit on
one.
Amazon.
It's on Timu or something. But the audacity of people is crazy. It's crazy because then you telling somebody who's picked you up, who set out on, just to feed your ass, and then when I pull up, you talking about some, what do I look like? Well, ma'am, you looked hungry.
And ma'am, you look like you want to go back home. Because what you could have done was had this conversation with me. You could have explained to me, I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, and this is the first date. I just assumed we would go somewhere more. Like, say something, bitch. Don't have this man put this man on blast to your friends, to the world, because this shit went viral. Man, do you know what kind of problems we'd have?
It leads me to the next question. So if the date were nice, or does, because you know that next trend that they've been doing, like he's like, the bill comes and the guy says, am I getting some pussy? So at Cheesecake Factory, the bill comes, is he allowed to ask that question? Because it's going to be
At,
between $100 to $150. But at Ocean Prime, the bill is going to be $300 to $500. Does he get to say, am I getting some pussy? Or
yeah, at
is
that point,
that an unspoken
yes.
rule that
I don't think it's an unspoken rule because, like I said a little while ago, these females be fucking for blunt, and so I think it's just naturally. She knows, and I've heard a woman say this before. We know when if we gonna fuck you or not. We know that when we first meet
absolutely,
you. So it don't
absolutely,
matter if you got her a bag of Doritos from the dollar store. She was gonna fuck you anyway.
right?
But I think that the man, if that's what you're asking, after taking to the Cheesecake Factory, if you thought that the Cheesecake Factory was a trade-off, Cheesecake Factory is going to get me a foot massage. You can play with my toes. You can rub my feet. My shoulders hurt. A good scalp massage. You got some kente oil, coconut oil.
I mean,
Shit about this.
I feel that leads to the princess mentality.
Well, here's the thing. I like to play penis. I like to play hide the penis. I like to play
I
hide
like
the
to play hide the
penis.
paint.
So you might still, you might
Get
still
some.
be in the running because I like to play
It
hide
might
the
still happen.
penis. But to think of a female or a person being penetrated, then no, Cheesecake Factory ain't worth it unless, again, we already have a connection. We talked about this. We agreed upon going because we're gonna do it anyway. We just went
Right.
to go get food in the interim. But if you think that that's impressive to take me to a not just a chain, a very well known, very well frequented. How many times have you and your homegirl, homeboy, family members, cousins, co-workers, then went to the Cheesecake Factory? Me and my co-workers for a work dinner went to Cheesecake Factory. So if you think taking me to the Cheesecake Factory is going to wow me, the wow is that you thought that was going to wow me. Not the
Well,
not
I'm
the ambiance is cheap. It's tacky. I said it. It's tacky. The Cheesecake Factory ambiance is tacky. I
the
don't know if
menu is
we're
too
supposed to eat,
large.
if we're fighting. I don't understand. I don't understand. I feel like there's hieroglyphics on the fucking wall and there's murals everywhere. I feel like there's angels of David. I don't
Listen,
understand the aesthetic.
I'm
And
gonna
the
make it even
menu.
worse. I'm gonna make it even worse, and I don't know if this is gonna add to my princess mentality, but I actually don't feel as though going out to eat with somebody should be considered a date, whether you pay for it or not. Y'all both gotta eat and y'all like each other. So
That's
if
okay.
y'all fucking, but if y'all have already established that y'all like liking each other or whatever the case may be, the fact that y'all are using the time to eat together is just basically stealing more time to get to know each other. So going out on a date or going out for food to me is that's regular. Like we both got to eat. Like if I didn't see you
Oh, then
today,
what's the day, nigga? Because
I
I
would
want to go
have
to
to
the
eat.
movies. We both got to watch a movie.
A date is supposed to be anything that y'all do together that y'all it was so memorable that you want to remember the date. It's not
And
about
food
what you
can't
do.
be that.
No, y'all gotta eat. Everybody gotta eat.
Let me tell you how romantical I was on a cheap, probably $20 date. You ready? All right, here you go. I was dating this asshole. Let me stop. Let me take that back. I don't mean to call him an asshole. I was dating this bitch ass nigga,
Mm,
and he told me one time, yeah, that's more befitting. He told me one time, that he likes fruits, right? And he said, I haven't had a dragon fruit, but I want to try a dragon fruit.
so
So what I do?
you went out
I go to,
and
I go out to the Hispanic market. I go get dragon fruit. I go get, I don't know. I ain't never seen some of these fruits. A kumquat. I done got all these different exotic fruits.
Cute.
I got apple cider champagne or whatever, because you know the apple cider juice in the champagne bottle, because I don't drink. And I get it all in the bag, and we just go to the rooftop of the apartment, and we sit down, and I open up this bag, and it's got all these exotic fruits, and we sit there, we splice them open, we try them for the first time. What did that taste like to you? That was too salty. What does this taste like to you? This was real sweet, but it had too many seeds in it, and that was a date. I like
That
things
was
like that
memorable.
because
That was
that's an
genuine.
experience.
Exactly. And that was
But
organically based off of us. Like, and not, oh, he takes all these niggas on Friday to this spot. You know what I'm saying?
and that's what I'm like. Don't you have somebody just said a little while ago? You have to be original. You have to be memorable. Whether we go to eat, whether we go skating, you can take me to a pottery class. Take It's a team building exercise about getting to know somebody. You don't want to take nobody to the movies because then you're not going to have a chance to talk. So if that means
I'm a fall
we're
asleep
going to
person.
sit that part, and I'm nasty, I might feel on you. But if we go somewhere and it needs to be memorable, I said it. If we go somewhere and it needs to be memorable, then yes, we can play motherfucking Patrick Swayze Demi Moore, and we can spin the clay wheel and make a vase. And we can have conversation because it's about fun and it's about being active. We can mountain climb. We can do the indoor rock climb. We can go to iFly and skydive and do all that kind of shit. We can go bowling. Let's do something that's going to be physical. But do not take me to the Cheesecake
Oh,
Factory unless
Lord.
we talked
And
about
we're,
it.
and we're back.
Do
We're back again.
not take me to IHOP unless we talk. First of all, I don't like Cheesecake Factory anyway. I feel like the menu is too damn confusing. It's too many options. And if you don't know, let me tell you, the Cheesecake Factory ain't nothing but TV dinners. Y'all think y'all getting fresh food. Some of that stuff they cook fresh, but a lot of it's just TV dinners. Yeah, it's TV dinners.
He said
And so
it.
I said it, and it's true, and tell them call me. So I don't like that idea, but I will take Longhorn Steakhouse, Cracker Barrel. You want to take me to a chain? Take me to a chain of my choice. Not the overpopularized motherfucking
But
cheesecake.
let's
They
be
have
real.
it's
Like,
carrot cake cheesecake
so
no more.
let's do this. Let's do this. Let's be real with ourselves when we're even dating, because uh number one, not many of us are even dating ourselves and taking ourselves to places and experience things for ourselves. So why would anybody get upset or be trying to, tell you the type of nigga that I am, or when I go on dates, when you don't do it for yourself? You know what I'm saying? So just be grateful is what I'm saying. Like, in my opinion, for, any thought that somebody puts effort towards for you. Now, if you want to, like, modify some shit, that's fine. That's like you saying, oh, you get mad at me for sending you $30 for, lunch,
Yeah,
knowing you
that's
don't spend nothing but $7.99 on lunch every day. Like, what
that's
the fuck? Now I'm broke because I didn't see you $100.
there can be a level of insult here if we're gonna go here.
Listen, these are just the things
Send
that have
me
been
thirty
coming up.
dollars. Let me tell you, first of all, if you think that it's okay to send me $30, if you think it's okay to
It's very
send
much so
me
okay for me.
$30 for lunch, I'll give you my cash app. $30 is
Absolutely.
enough.
That is
I can
enough.
get a meal for $30
I
and
can fucking
drink.
eat for 2 days off of that. You got me fucked up.
Technically,
Two
technically,
lunches. That is two lunches. But for two $15
yeah,
salads. We got that. Like,
yeah.
and even like these responses that I be seeing online shows like why
Mm-hmm.
so many people are fucking single. Because this is like, who the fuck is you? You were
You
you
expect a
just
lot,
you
man.
just had a 4 for 4. You just had a 2 for $3.89 double cheeseburger yesterday, and you scraped that up out of the coins in your car. But then you're mad because this dude thought about you and he sent you $20. Well, damn.
But hold on, because if you just had a 4 for 4, would you be okay with a nigga sending you $10 for lunch?
With the memo, your next 4 for 4 is on me because I'm referencing what you get.
But What if this was like, we just had a conversation for maybe the first or the second time? We ain't really that deep. We ain't got a lot of feelings involved. But I heard you yesterday when we was talking for the first time, you was in the drive-through.
Mm.
And so the following morning, I send you $10 and say, I know you like them 4 for 4s. Here's a 10. You can get two
That
4 for 4s.
that's gonna make me smile real hard because it's stupid and it's the little thing, but it's also a little shady. Because when I order and I'll be on the phone, I definitely put it on mute. You're not gonna hear me order the whole left side of the menu.
You're not about to send me $10 for Cash App to take $1.10 from me.
Listen,
Your best bet is to see me in person and hand me $10.
or bring
Your
bring
best
the
bet,
order with you.
your best bet is to drop $10 in my car for me to find. And don't say you did it. Just let me find it. I know you did it. Because you're the only motherfucker that been in my car. Unless a tooth fairy been in this bitch. And wish you ain't here looking for it.
Listen, all these things, like so that's the problem.
It's a problem. Not, I mean, like I said, if I know you, it's different. If we have an established relationship, a connection, it can be cute because you didn't have to do it. And so that
Right.
$10,
That I think that
again,
was what's the most important portion of it. It has
but
nothing. What if you weren't even hungry that day? You weren't gonna get it.
you have to get to that point. If we're still in the wild me phase, you have to understand if a person would even be wowed by that. You
So the
can't just
funny thing is,
assume $10 is good enough.
the wow me phase shouldn't be in the beginning. The wow me phase is at the end, where you are balls to the wall, jumping like
No,
going to Egypt
no,
and flights and signing off businesses. That's wow. Like when you put your name on
no.
shit, when you put your credit on shit, that's wow. We spend a
That's
little money.
customary.
Anybody spend a little money? Okay,
What do you mean? That's
Tamar.
that's customary. In
Hold
the
on, we missed something.
wild me
Dating is,
stages, hold on. I'll live by this. What you did to get me is what you need to do to keep me. Don't get me accustomed to a
but
consistency that you
it should
can't
only
keep
get
up with.
better. But it should only get better.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If you got to start off with a while, you got to make yourself memorable. First of all, let me
here we
go
here we
ahead.
go. Your
Go ahead.
Highness.
It's not even about your highness, but it is. We black people
Mhm.
commonly walk around here saying grand rising, grand rising. Hey king, see your
The most
queen.
toxic,
You're
the
damn
most
right.
toxic one too. Mhm.
I am, but I don't even say it's toxic. It's the fact that we've been stripped away from our titles. That white America has taught us that we are nothing, that we're on the bottom of the totem pole. You have Asian people who come over here and feel like they're the second generation of whites. And black people, oh my gosh. Then you got Mexicans who are coming over here and they kind of feel equal, but some of them feel superior because guess what? They work harder than black people have known to work. And so if we're at the bottom of the totem pole, we have to remind each other that we are kings. We are the original royals. We have a whole fucking country that we were stolen from, that they still steal resources from, that they still downplay and say ain't shit there, when it is millions and trillions of dollars on that soil and we really need to get back to it. I digress.
Here you
I am a
yes.
king. I am a king. I am from Tanzania. I am African. As light as I am African. I am a king.
As you're talking
And
to another one.
supreme. And
Right.
every king in this room and queen, if it's a queen in here, if you are naturally a cisgender queen or if you identify as a queen, you are royalty. And so, absolutely, when you get to a point in your life when you realize, and let me speak about me. Hold on, let me put my blender cup down. Hold on, Ninja
Right.
Blender. So, brought to you by
Step
Ninja
up.
Blender.
Step up to the
Let
soapbox.
me say this, baby. And then I'm going to drop the mic. I am royalty from the top of my head to the bottom of my toes.
Amen.
And because I've seen myself go through the many phases of my life, all the colors of the rainbow and some that ain't even in that bitch, I love myself in a way, and I'm still learning, still discovering, still loving myself, still fighting insecurity, still fighting demons, and still got struggles like everybody else. I love me in such a way that I'm not going to let nobody come in here and not love me in that way. And I love myself in such a way that I know how to love somebody else. And so I'm not going to give to you what you can't give to me, and I'm not going to require from you what I can't give to you. I'm also not going to require from you what I'm not doing for myself. And so I am royalty. You damn Skippy, I'm
I
royalty.
see how you pulled that together. It was very light skinned in nature, but it worked. It
Let's not
worked.
do the light skin thing because I get real offended by that.
I know you do. I know
This is what
you
I
do.
just talked about the other day. A dark skinned person, brown skinned person will always bring colorism into a conversation.
Here
It
we
ain't
go.
got nothing to do with light skin because I could have easily said all of us light skins are royalty and all you dark skinned people are
No, no,
slaves.
no. You
What I
did
said
bring
was
it up.
all of us
You
are
said
royalty.
even though you said I am African, even though I'm light skinned. That's what
Because
you
a lot
said.
of people don't know it. They see me and they think I'm half Dominican, half Puerto Rican, half white, half whatever. No, I am African. Let me reassure you, my daddy from the soil of Africa. And for you, I don't know which your family came from. What,
I'm,
Nigeria?
I'm Nigerian. Yeah.
Okay. So again, a direct descendant, not 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 generations down the line.
I'm not a 23andMe African.
Directly African. And so I'm sorry, I was reading a comment. Won't they tell us? It's our privilege. And so I get offended when it's used against. I don't use my light skin as a privilege. I don't use my light skin as a token. I
That's a
don't use my
whole
light
nother
skin as
topic.
nothing. It is,
That's
but
a
I just want to dance on it and then we can get off the dance floor. I don't use my light skin. Honestly, for a long time it didn't register how I knew I was light skinned. I didn't register how light it was. Because I'd be seeing brown skinned people and I was like, I'm darker than you. And the motherfucker be like, no, you're not. I know somebody right now who's light skinned. And I'm like, boy, you was light skinned. And somebody asked somebody in the airport, we was together in the airport. She was like, no, you're lighter than him. And so I'm
That's
real
why
light
you're
skinned.
so mad.
I'm well aware that I'm not mad at
Because you had
all.
to find somebody you're darker than yet.
I'm not mad at all. What I'm saying is it doesn't register all the time with me. Even though I was teased as a kid and still being teased as an adult about being light skin, it doesn't always register to me because I don't see myself that way. I'm Lutfi. I was gonna say I don't give a fuck what I look like. I do give a fuck what I look like, but a lot of days, baby, the beard ain't combed, ain't no moisturizer in this bitch. I got skin condition, dandruff. I got catch me on I don't give a fuck day. So
They
I
don't
don't
come often,
live
but they do.
about this. I live in it. I don't live about this because there's so. When I tell you there's so much more to me than just my looks, it is so much more to me than just my looks. I don't have to live on this alone. And so to get back on the topic, I am
Okay.
royalty. You are royalty. Everybody in this room is royalty. And if you think for a moment that you are a jester, you've lost your mind. And so somebody who's coming into your life, they need to treat you as good as you treat yourself. And if you're not treating yourself good, then you deserve what you're allowing to come your way.
Speaking of that, there's been another thing that's come across that's basically saying that people will only
Date on the level of
approach
their
you
insecurity.
based off of how much effort you look like. Like, so basically, if you're too attractive, then that means it's too much effort, so they don't want to talk to you. But if you just enough, like you're cute, but you're not that cute. Like everybody gonna think you're
Mm-hmm.
cute, so they're gonna talk to you. What do you think about that? Like, is that a thing? Is that really a thing, or is that not a thing?
For some and for some not. Because there's some days when I feel cute as shit and I may get a look or two. Then there's some days when I just got on I just threw on whatever right quick. I didn't even know I was gonna be out here this long. But I threw on some shit real quick and get talked to. And so
So Grant McCall
it really
says
just,
that's a thing.
huh?
I say Grant McCall says that's a thing.
Again, for some people, yeah. And depend on the arena that you're in. Like if you're going out to the club where you know it's a fashion show and you don't have on fashions, then somebody might not talk to you unless your ass is dumb fat or your arms is popping or something about you outside of your fashion is going to get their attention. Maybe. But for me, I just be look, catch me on whatever day. I'm either on or I'm not. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. These are all topics that I felt like we're gonna we're gonna shake up some shit just because like just reading them, like I've been seeing the comments and uproar and all this shit, and you can tell the insecurities of like people as a whole now, and who knows themselves and who don't. Sandwiches says, I'm learning you gotta shoot your shot when someone piques your interest. Some people just don't, you don't see often enough.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I
And
prided
that's
myself on
true.
one of those people who don't close the club down. Like you see me and then next thing you know, I just jet because I'm over it. So I feel you on that one.
I agree. You gotta learn to shoot your shot if someone piques your interest. Yes. And unfortunately, I would have, people who are bold, but they're just not my type. And they will be, look, when I come to your town, or hey, I live in your town, I'm trying to take you out, and I just be like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to. I'm not that boy. I'm not that girl who would be like, yeah, for some free food. I I I need so much more than just a dinner. I need conversation. I need energy. I need compatibility. I need all of those things for me to feel full. And so I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time. I'm not interested. And being cussed
The,
out. Fuck you then. You just
mm,
not into me because I don't look like you. That's fucked up. You probably only want to date niggas that look like you. Okay, well, you trying to date a nigga that look like me. So am I wrong?
man, the keyboard gangsters do get crazy in the inbox, but I feel like the internet has made everybody more accessible. Um,
How you mad at me? You mad at me because I'm being honest. Like, and
People
then you
don't
can be mad at
take
me because you
rejection
tell me
well.
that you can be mad at me because you telling me it's fucked up that I probably will only want to date somebody that look like me. But are you approaching someone that look like you, or are you approaching someone that look like me? How fair is that?
And how
And the
are you
truth is,
approaching them?
fuck.
That's
And
really
but
what
hold on,
it is.
the truth is, I'm not even always like I'm not necessarily attracted to my type. I like an array of types. I like them tall, and they could be chocolate, they could be brown, they could be light skinned, they could be husky, they could be slim, they could be damn near skinny, slim thick. I like it's a something about the person that is going to attract me to them.
There's somebody in the comments that says that they had a great comment, and then Trey Miles says, Princess Complex is 100. I don't get approached, but closed mouths don't get fed.
Mm-hmm. I never want to come across as desperate, and I'm glad you said that because I get that because I kind of be like that too. If I see somebody like I don't want to come across as desperate. And I think what that might be for myself and maybe for others is we understand what rejection looks like. And I think we don't want to get rejected. Um, Back in the day, I was very much so like, what's good? Like, I see you, blah, 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 blah. Now I wait for a certain signal. When I get a certain signal from you, then yeah, I'll just walk up to you and be like, how you doing? And hand you my phone. You can put your number in my phone. I'll hit you up type thing. I said it.
I don't
And
like that. I do
bullshit.
not like
Because if
that.
I did it to if I did it to you, if I did it to you,
Try.
you will
You'll
put
see
your
what happens.
number in my phone.
You'll
It
see. I will
ain't
hold
even
your
on no
phone for a
cocky
while.
shit.
It's
It ain't
not
even on no
on
cocky.
cocky shit, but that is
It's
like
just
that is the worst assumption.
what's the worst assumption?
Remember, I am
That's why I
a
said,
king.
eh,
What king just walks up and just gives his number out to somebody who has him a phone just because they phone?
like I said, if I looked at you and you gave me the look and I gave you the look, then I'm gonna come up to you. How
Mm.
you doing? It's nice to meet you. Can I get your number? Some shit like that. I'm gonna hand you my phone. Yeah.
I'm
Or
not
I
gonna lie, I'm gonna give him the
ain't
number,
gonna lie.
but I'm gonna give you a
Sometimes
hard time.
that's I will say that's been more like a gym mentality because if you meet somebody at the gym, y'all are not going to stand here. I mean, some guys like to, hey, I see you working out over there and you're working up a sweat. It's good. And then like have that dumbass dialogue. But then there's some dudes that's kind of like, how you doing from a distance? You say, how you
Like,
doing from
we'll
a
handle this
distance?
later.
And it, we'll handle it later. And I'll just walk up to you and be like, hand you my phone and you can go back to your workout. I'll go back to my workout type shit. But if we out somewhere in a social event, 9 out of 10 times, I'm not just going to come and do that to you. I'm going to come have a conversation with you, see what's really going on, and then, you know, whatever. But I've kind of learned to not even give people my direct phone number. I'd rather you go to my Instagram. I'd rather you see who
I
I
got you
am
for that.
before we even start talking like that. So you got an idea of who you're dealing with. Unless we just trying to fuck, because then give you my Instagram. But if there's something going on, I'm gonna give you my Instagram, and then that way, if it works to the, because I'm not giving you my number, and then nice to meet you, nice to meet you too. Oh, what you about to do? Oh, I'm about to get some food. Go back to my Airbnb. Oh, okay, cool.
That's it.
What you doing? Oh, I'm watching TV, and it's like then 2-3 days later, it's like, who's this number that I got? Who is this? Why do that? Go to my Instagram. You want to talk? We can talk through Instagram. If you show me you're consistent through Instagram, then we can segue over to the telephone.
There's levels. There's levels.
Mm-hmm. IG can only tell someone so much about you, though. And I agree, Dr. Davis. It can only tell you so much about somebody, but in my opinion, when you're dealing with somebody, I mean, you're going to have the conversations, and who you are is going to start to unfold. But in the immediate, it's a good snapshot to understand what this person is. If I meet you and I say, hey, let's exchange Instagrams, and you got 300 pictures of you like this, different shirts on, same background, same lighting, same, I can't talk to you because it doesn't look like you have much of a life, or you don't have much of an interest. You might not have friends, you might not have family, and what are you doing for work, and what are you doing for, it just a bunch of pictures of you in a weird ass angle too, a weird ass angle like this. And every
Just the one
picture
that works.
I can't deal
Yeah.
with you. And so I want to see that you have friends. I want to see that you have family. I want to see what your interests are. You might take a picture of some lobster and be like, I love seafood. Guess what? Now I've learned something about you. And so I want to see what your life looks like. And it's a hell of a lot better and more efficient than a jacked or a grinder where I'm just seeing 3 body pictures from 2001, pictures all pixelated and shit, like you just took this motherfucker with a BlackBerry.
Picture of a
Like you
picture.
took a picture from a Nintendo Switch. It blurry as shit, like we not in 2024 with walking around with studio cameras in our pocket. And so I would rather, let's go ahead on Instagram. We can get a little snapshot. And if you want to learn something deeper than that, let's go out.
I I
Let's
tend to
just
agree with Crown King. Crown King says
mm-hmm.
you someone can take that giving them an Instagram when they ask you for your number as you're not really serious if you only want to exchange Instagram, because Instagram, even though people use it for a lot of different things, it is less personal than being able to directly text somebody knowing that I'm talking to them versus them having to check their inbox however often that they do.
Wouldn't say that. I've had somebody say that. No, I don't want your Instagram. I want your phone number. Say that.
That's usually my response.
And if you did take the Instagram, say it when you get to the Instagram.
Hmm. It's
It's so
all about
many
intent
gray
again.
areas. Yeah, it's so many gray areas. And I'm just like, all of it can be worked out with communication. That's the thing. We all got a different style in everything that we do. All of it can be worked out in communication. And so we're not having enough communication about what we want. And it's just like when we started this conversation with the Cheesecake Factory and sending me $30 for lunch. All of this can be worked out with communication. You have to learn how people tick.
Some people really don't take communication well, like, just informing type communication. Like, I may not be upset with you, but it's something you may have did made me feel a type of way. And just because I say it don't mean like we got a problem. It's just, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? And some people take
Yeah.
anything other than them being perfect in the situation as a problem. So it's all in how you take communication too.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I don't know you, Dr. Davis, and I don't want to assume who you are and what you're about, Dr. Davis, but I'm just going to use you for the scientific purposes today. Niggas will be like, let me get your phone number, and then they're inconsistent. Why? Why do you want my phone? There's somebody I know right now who every time I see this person, they be like, oh, you don't make time for me. You don't want to see me. Oh, you're not serious about getting to know me. And I'll be like, okay. Then I'll reach out. Hey, how you doing? How's your day? They respond, go ghost. Good evening. How you doing? They respond, go ghost. Then we see each other again. Oh, you're not serious about me. You don't make time for me. Bitch, go find a slippery ledge.
Because after so long, I'm over it. Over it.
Walk real
Yeah, you gotta. Somebody gotta let it go.
Get your phone out. Turn it in selfie mode. And just tiptoe. Tiptoe as close as you can to the edge. And see what happens. Because I'm not going to waste my time. And that's why it's so important. Because I say communication with other people is extremely important. Communication with yourself is important. Learn your boundaries. Learn your non-negotiables. And I'm learning them every day. And so wasting my time, somebody who's like that I just spoke of, that's the quickest way to get blocked. Grace, second chances, I understand all of that. After your second chance, this is just these are offenses. These are not this is not Graceland. This is just who you are. So it's time to block you, because what you're going to do is you're going to realize, oh, he's not texting me no more. Let me find out what's going on. Oh, he just posted a picture, a video. He's got something going on. Let me call him. No. You don't need access to me, because you take little glimmers of my light. You just want to know how it's shining on today, but you don't give a fuck what keeps it shining. And so let's go ahead and block you now.
Boundaries in 2024. I don't know about y'all, but I've been setting mine since that's a slippery slope, that boundary shit. You'll lose friends over boundaries real quick.
The more you start to govern your time, your energy, your emotions, the more intentional you start to become with loving, respecting, and honoring yourself, the more of a narcissist, asshole, dick, bitch you start looking like to people. And it's only because they can no longer control the accessibility that they used to have over you. You, you will easily become somebody's villain. Oh, he's Hollywood now. Or, oh, he's too good now. Or, oh, he got a little fame on him now. Or, oh, he's bougie now. Or you can call me whatever. I say this all the time. Make me the villain in your story. Tell them I had the biggest fucking fangs. Tell them I had hair everywhere hair shouldn't grow. Tell them I had the biggest claws. I was eating babies. I need
Eating
you to
babies,
make me the worst villain that you possibly can. And you don't just make me a villain, make me the villain in your story.
the number one, not just the supporting cat.
Yeah. I want you to pull out all the stops. Tell them I was a cokehead. Tell them I was a
Mm.
raging cokehead. Tell them I was Cocaine Bear. Tell them what. Make me the word. I'm a witch. He put a spell, y'all. He put a spell on me. You know my head fell out. It just started growing back.
Moral
Make
of the
me the
story is
worst.
be creative. Be creative.
Be extremely creative. Open up Harry Potter and take a story from it.
He
I just,
said
I
coke,
don't
y'all.
care.
It was just an example. It was just an example.
I just, I don't care at this point, because again, when you start loving yourself super hard and you put these boundaries out here, people who don't want to respect you won't respect you. In fact, they'll disrespect you, and they'll try to change the way. When someone can't control you, they'll try to change the way they'll try to control the way that other people see you. And so
And
that's why I said, if you're gonna make me a villain, make me the worst.
I just say make it believable. I just want somebody to like hear the story and be like, yeah, he probably did that. Yeah, I just want it to be believable. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear it back, I just want to be able to laugh.
I'm gonna pause real quick because I don't know what time we got in here, but I want to check the text message. Give me 1 second.
Let's see what these comments are saying while you check the text messages.
And so it's about to cut out in just a second. Do you want to go round two?
No, Oh, I don't know. I gotta get to the gym. It's
Oh,
time for me to do my thing.
like, I mean, we can make it what it is right now. And so, give me your final words on the topic.
Uh, you know, everybody can't be princesses. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be the prince. And even if you want to be a princess sometime, know that when it's time to step up and be a prince, be a motherfucking prince. Stand 10 toes down in it. I feel like, it's okay to step back, but at the end of the day, like you can't feel entitled to any one type of treatment. Every situation is different, and you have to roll with the punches.
And I love that. We love that. I'm just gonna say, know who you are, know who you dealing with, know who you bringing to the table, and that will help you to sift through the bullshit. Homegirl, she probably already knew that man's standards before he even took her to the Cheesecake Factory. He probably was already saying some common shit to her that she was
I think
probably
the
overlooking.
opposite. I think she looked at him and thought that she was gonna get 5 star off the bat and was confused that she got 3 star first. I think that
Whether
was honestly what it was.
whether it's what she thought, what you said, or if she thought what I said, the fact is, I don't believe she was truly listening.
Mm,
I don't believe she was truly watching. I think the nigga was in a Ford, and it ain't nothing with a Ford, but you thought he was gonna give you Bentley treatment, and you knew he drove
okay.
a Ford. And
Common sense.
so, communication is extremely important. Ain't, like I said, ain't nothing wrong with no Ford. Ain't nothing wrong with a Ford. The man got a car. Communication comes into play. If you're not a person who likes to communicate, then it's just not going to work for you. And so know who you are and who you bringing to the table before you sit down with somebody else. Just like that.
Straight like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
All right.
always fun having conversations with you. They go everywhere.
And likewise.
Everywhere.
And likewise. All right, get your ass to the gym. I'm going to go ahead before they cut us out.
All right. I'll let you.
See you later. Bye, y'all.